Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about a quiet revolution, one that's happening right under our noses, in the stores we walk past every single day. It's a change so big, it's completely rewriting the rules of how we all shop. Okay, so let's just dive right into this quote, because it really hits the nail on the head. Dead and dying, yet alive and thriving. I mean, how does that even work? How can something be both at the same time? Well, the answer is that the whole purpose of a physical store has fundamentally changed. For years, the story we all heard was pretty simple. E-commerce was taking over, and that meant the death of the physical store. We all saw those headlines about the retail apocalypse, right? And for a while there, it really looked like that was going to happen. The convenience of shopping online was a massive disruption. It basically forced traditional retailers into a corner. They either had to adapt or they were going to face extinction. But then, something pretty unexpected happened. Instead of just disappearing, the smartest stores didn't just adapt, they got a serious upgrade. They evolved into something completely new, a kind of hybrid that blends the absolute best of the digital and the physical worlds. Probably the best way to think about it is like upgrading your phone's operating system. The store got a brand new OS that connects every single part of the business, from the inventory in the back room all the way to what you're doing on your phone. It's not about online versus offline anymore. It's just shopping. One single seamless experience. And this new operating system gives the physical store three brand new, really powerful functions that have completely changed its role. Your local shop isn't just a place to browse and buy anymore. Nope. It's now a critical player in a much, much bigger game. So the store's first new job is one you've probably used yourself. It's become a super convenient pickup point. This is what bridges the gap between the ease of online shopping and that instant gratification you get from having something in your hands right away. And you can totally see why retailers love this. For a hardware store, shipping one heavy item is a logistical nightmare, but letting you swing by and pick it up? Easy. For a fashion store, it means you can try on that jacket immediately, which saves them a ton of money on potential returns. Plus, and this is a big one, it gets you in the door, where you might just pick up a few other things. Okay, the store's second new superpower, it transforms into a mini distribution hub, basically hiding in plain sight. So instead of your online order coming from some massive, faraway warehouse, it might actually be packed and shipped from the store you drove past this morning. This is a real game changer. It takes what used to be a retailer's biggest liability, all those expensive physical stores, and turns it into a strategic weapon. Suddenly, all their inventory from every location is in one giant virtual pool. That means faster delivery for us, and it helps them clear out stock that might have otherwise just ended up on a clearance rack. The third new job, and this one is kind of mind-bending, is that the store becomes a gateway to an endless aisle. You are no longer limited to what can physically fit on the shelves. This just completely flips the script. A store's biggest limitation, physical space, suddenly becomes a strategic advantage. A tiny downtown storefront can now function like a superstore. It acts as a showroom where you can go, touch, and feel a product before ordering the exact size or color you want from their massive online catalog. So let's get this straight. Stores are now pickup points, shipping hubs, and endless showrooms all at once. So how on earth do retailers manage all that complexity? Well, making it all work seamlessly is the real puzzle. To answer that, you have to understand that retailers now have to solve this one fundamental trade-off. The second you click buy, a decision has to be made instantly. Should your order be packed in that huge distant warehouse or at the local store just a few miles away? And here's the constant balancing act they're dealing with. On one hand, you've got the massive automated warehouse. It's super efficient and cheaper for picking orders. But on the other hand, your local store is much closer to you, which means faster delivery. The catch is, having an employee walk the aisles to find your item is more expensive, and it can get in the way of other shoppers. To solve this puzzle, retailers have this 5-part framework, and it all starts with forecasting, basically trying to predict the future. And it's not just about what you'll buy, but how you'll buy it. Are you going to want that shirt delivered to your house, or are you going to want to grab it from the mall on your way home? They have to predict that for every single item. Next up, based on those forecasts, they have to actually design their network. I mean, not every store can become a mini warehouse. They have to strategically choose which locations have the right space, the right staff, and the right inventory to become these powerful new fulfillment hubs. Okay, now we're getting into the real-time action. Every single time an order comes in, a complex algorithm has to make an instant decision. Where is the absolute best place to fulfill this from? The closest store? The one with too much stock? The central warehouse? And this is happening for thousands of orders every single hour. And this brings us to that classic challenge of what to stock, but now it's infinitely more complex. They have to decide which sizes and colors to keep in the store for you to try on versus which ones to just keep in a warehouse, all while making sure they have enough stock to meet demand from both in-store shoppers and online orders at the same time. And finally, there's the constant flow of inventory. This means managing new stock, but also returns. And here's where the system gets really smart. The sweater you return to your local store today might be the exact item needed to fulfill an online order for someone in your neighborhood tomorrow, keeping the whole system perfectly in sync. So here is how it all fits together. You can see on that top row, you've got the big midterm decisions, like forecasting and designing the network. And those strategic choices then flow right down to the bottom row, the daily operational heartbeat of assigning orders and replenishing stock. It's a massive, interconnected dance between long-term strategy and real-time execution. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Why does this complex, behind-the-scenes puzzle actually matter to you? It's this. Your local store isn't just a place to shop anymore. It's become a dynamic logistics hub right at the center of a retailer's entire strategy. This transformation from a simple sales floor to a complex operational center, that's the true revival of retail. The store isn't dead, it's just been given a whole new set of incredibly important jobs. So, the next time you walk into a store, look around. See if you can spot an employee picking an online order from the shelves or a click-and-collect counter near the entrance. You might just realize you're not standing in a store at all, but right in the middle of a sophisticated logistics hub. And that right there is the clearest sign of how much everything has changed.